OK, well, the stormy weather may be over, as Nina's been telling us all morning, but just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, it seems a great white shark is heading for British shores. The shark that's been named Lydia, of course, what else, is close to making history and becoming the first of its species to be seen crossing from one side of the Atlantic to the other. It's 4.4 metres long, a female, and is now around 1,000 miles from the coasts of County Cork and Cornwall, as Emma Blackburn can tell us.
Going under the boat.
She was found off the coast of Jacksonville in Florida last year. Lydia, the great white shark.
Come on up. Stop right there.
Researchers lifted the 4.4 metre long female from the sea and attached her with a satellite tag. The tagging, which scientists say isn't painful, is part of a project to gather data on the movements, biology and health of sharks. And 1 year on, this is Lydia's journey. She's travelled more than 19,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean and is heading towards the UK. If she crosses the mid-Atlantic ridge, she'll become the first great white shark to be seen to cross one side of the Atlantic Ocean to the other.
Quite frankly, she's been driving me crazy swimming right up the mid-Atlantic ridge. I wish she'd just go over or not. But every one of her pings up to this moment has been historic. So it'll just be a continuation of that journey and a real demonstration of how little we know and how much we're learning and how fast we're learning it.
Researchers don't know how close to the UK Lydia will swim or where she'll go on to afterwards.
Yeah, Lydia! Do your thing, big girl! She's coming back around, Brad!
But she'll continue to be tracked for several years, providing a new insight into the life of the great white shark. Emma Blackburn, BBC News.
What a fish that Lydia is. We're joined now by Lucy Handel, a marine biologist from Sea Life Manchester. Exciting stuff for you and for everyone, I would imagine, to get a great white off the coast of the UK. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and it just proves that you know, the ecosystem around here is really seeing a boost. We've seen an incline in a lot of species, such as seahorses, sea bass and cod, and this shark coming in really does prove that. You know, we already have over 20 species of shark in the UK, and some predatory ones such as blue sharks or makos, but you know, nothing to this size and this extent, so it's really exciting for us.
Does it tell us something about climate change?
Well, great whites are quite tolerable to a large range of temperatures, and actually our coast mirrors that of South Africa and some areas of California. And sharks are amazing in that they can actually raise their core body temperature. So things like colder water and stuff doesn't really affect them. I don't see this as being related to climate change. It's more a case of the coast being very similar and there being the food to bring the shark in.
And have we just struck lucky with Lydia? We had no idea of her transatlantic plans. What was the programme? How can we know, you know, about her?
Well, this programme's actually tagging about 70 sharks, and I think this one's obviously seen what a great nation we can be, so wants to come over and visit us. So we've been really lucky. I mean, I do believe there probably has been great white sharks in the UK before. I mean, there's been some sightings, but nothing's really been proven. But, you know, there's really no reason why they wouldn't come over here. As I said, it's a very similar environment, and this programme is great. It shows us a lot about their migratory patterns. They're highly nomadic, and the more we tag, the more we can learn about their breeding and things like that. You know, we still don't know a lot about this species, so the tagging programme's absolutely fundamental to learn more and to really understand the species.
And that's got to be one of those jobs to boast about down the pub, isn't it? I'm a shark tagger.
Definitely, I think.
Is it a risky business, both for the people involved and for the fish itself, for the shark itself?
Well, they're highly trained people, and it's like anything, has a risk. I mean, sharks are very misunderstood, and they do have a really bad reputation, but attacks are so uncommon, and they're always a case of mistaken identity. But you see the taggers take a lot of care in what they're doing, and when you see this footage, the shark is very relaxed. The dorsal fin, where they put the tag in, although it can look a bit brutal, it's just cartilage, which is what, you know, your ear and your nose are made from. So actually it's not very painful for the shark, and as I said, it teaches us so much about the species, and it's just so amazing to be able to see its patterns, and I really do hope that it, you know, comes closer in and we see a lot more in this country.
because the shark sits at right at the top of the food chain, doesn't it?
Yes,
When
definitely.
you think about it eating, you know, those amazing pictures that we see of them eating
Yeah.
seals off South Africa, is there enough food in abundance here?
I really think there is, and as I said, we have seen a massive incline in a lot of stocks such as sea bass and things like that. And you know, if there is the sharks coming in, the food must be there, and hopefully we'll see others coming in as well. I mean, people really don't need to be scared. They're so
No.
misunderstood, and this animal is a top apex predator. They have some amazing capabilities, and they're just fascinating. And anyone who's lucky enough to see it really should be, you know, privileged to be able to do that.
Okay. All right, Lucy. It's been great talking to you this morning. Thanks
Thank
very much
you.
indeed. A fascinating issue, and I know you'll keep us up to date with any developments. And if we get to see a bit of a closer look to Lydia, well, that's all.